welcome to our live session today. Okay, so today we're gonna do something exciting. We're gonna do kimchi jar noodles. Okay, if you are in with us thinking that we're making kimchi today, no, we are not gonna make kimchi. Instead, I'm gonna show you how to prepare a simple kimchi jar noodles. Okay, that is often that can be used as a healthier option as compared to our regular cup noodles. Okay, so if you're in today, just do a shout out, say hello, so that I know that you're in. Okay, hello Jonathan, Angeline, and Lily. Okay, we'll just wait for a couple of minutes, okay, for more viewers to join us. Okay, hello Karina. Okay, so I'm pretty sure all of us here, we have eaten cup noodles at least once in our life before, right? Okay, how many of you here like to eat Korean food? If you like to eat Korean food, raise up your hands. Okay, I believe there's a lot of like Korean craze nowadays. We like to watch Korean dramas. We like to do K-pop dance. Okay, and today we're gonna make something Korean related, which is our kimchi jar noodles. Okay, hello Pat. Hi Stephanie. Hi Adeline. Hi Amanda. Hi Iris. Okay, hello everybody. Okay, so I think we can go ahead to start today's session. Okay, so my name is Rachel. I'm a nutritionist from MinMed. Okay, so today I'll be showing you how to prepare a simple kimchi jar noodles. Okay, so like I've mentioned, I think a lot of us, we have consumed cup noodles at least once in our life before. Okay, and the thing about cup noodles is that they are often a very quick fix. A very quick meal fix, especially if we are very busy. Okay, and very often they are also our supper fix. Okay, however, the thing about cup noodles is that a lot of times they don't really have much nutrients and they often get a bad rap because of their fat and their salt content. Okay, so today we'll be doing a simple kimchi jar noodles. Okay, and we'll be creating our own homemade sauce instead of the regular seasoning that you get in your cup noodles. Okay. Hello, Cheryl. Okay, so I see so many of you here like to eat Korean food, right? So we have like, Stephanie, Lily, Adeline, Pat. Oh, you like to eat Korean food. Nice. Okay, so stay tuned because we're gonna have like, a Korean recipe coming up this month. Okay, so you can stay tuned for that episode. Okay, so let me first introduce the ingredients needed for today's kimchi jar noodles. Okay, so I'll be using here our non-fried whole grain instant noodles. Okay, I'm just using half a pack here. Okay, because typically when you're eating your instant noodles, one full pack is approximately 2 servings of carbohydrate. Okay, so today I'm just using half. Okay, and this is actually 1 serving of carbohydrate. Okay, and next, of course, we need our kimchi. Okay, so today here, this kimchi, okay, is actually bought off the shelf. Okay, in the supermarket, you can find a different variety of kimchi. You can find those that are made using just cabbage. You can also find those that are made using like radish. Okay, but for today, I chose the one that is made using just cabbage. Okay, and I purchased those that are already chopped up already. However, if you choose to buy those that are non-chopped up, you just need to cut it up on your own. Okay, so here is about 1/4 cup of kimchi. Okay, and next we have shredded carrots. Okay, so I'm using about 1/4 of a medium-sized carrot. You just shred it up like that. Okay, these are raw. Okay, I didn't blanch them beforehand because I like the crunchy crisp that it adds to my noodles. Okay. Hi, Rachel. Okay, and next we are using our shrimps. Okay, so I'm using about 5 cooked shrimps. So these shrimps here have been blanched beforehand. Okay, because for my kimchi jar noodles that I'm making today, okay, it's meant to be stored in your fridge, okay, so that you can actually take them out easily, add some hot water and it's ready to be consumed. Okay, so all my ingredients here are either raw or they're already blanched. Okay, so my shrimps here are blanched beforehand. Okay, next, I also have my shiitake mushrooms. I'm using about 2 huge shiitake mushrooms. Okay, because we have mentioned earlier in our other episodes that shiitake mushrooms or mushrooms in general, they have this glutamic acid which adds some natural umami flavor, okay, to the noodles. So I'm here today using 2 huge shiitake mushrooms, slice them up, and likewise blanch them in water. Okay, so that is our main ingredients, okay, needed, okay, for our noodles. Okay, next we'll talk a little bit about the seasoning. Okay, so the thing about cup noodles that a lot of times their toppings are mainly made from processed foods and their vegetables are really minimal. So how do we actually make our kimchi jar noodles a more healthful one? It's really by adding some fresh ingredients to make it a more balanced meal. Okay, so as you can see, we have our whole grain noodles, so that's our cups. We do have our protein that comes from our prawns. We also have our vegetables that come from our kimchi, carrots, and mushroom. Okay, so a simple modification like that will make it slightly more balanced already. Okay, so next we'll be making our sauce. Okay, so what is needed for our sauce? Okay, so as you can see here, this is actually our Korean chili paste. Okay, so I'm using about 2 teaspoons of our Korean chili paste. Okay, we are using about a 1/4 teaspoon of minced garlic. Okay, a 1/4 teaspoon of our toasted sesame seeds. Okay, you can choose to use the white ones or the black ones, not a problem. Okay, and then we are using some chili flakes, some reduced sodium soy sauce, sesame oil, and some pepper. Okay, so that's all we need for the base of our kimchi jar noodles. Okay, so the first step that I'm making today would really be, okay, using a small bowl like that to mix all my seasonings together. Okay, so what I'm just going to put in here would actually be my chili flakes. Okay, so for my chili flakes, I'm using approximately about a 1/4 teaspoon of chili flakes. Okay, so it's actually quite spicy. So if you're someone who cannot really eat too spicy food, you might need to cut down on the amount of chili flakes, or you can actually totally omit it because the Korean chili sauce is already spicy on its own. Okay, but I like the extra kick, so I've actually added in a little bit more of the chili flakes. Okay, and we're gonna use a 1/4 teaspoon of our reduced sodium soy sauce. Okay, I would believe, okay, if you have seen Jolene's previous episode, she did mention about the sodium content in your soy sauce. Okay, so if you are using regular soy sauce, just a tablespoon can cost you up to about 500 milligrams of sodium. Okay, so if you're using a reduced salt one, of course, it's gonna be at least about 25% lower in their sodium content. Okay, I'm just gonna use about 1/2 teaspoon, okay, of my sesame oil. Okay, and of course, it will be more fragrant with toasted sesame seeds. So I'm just gonna add about 1/4 teaspoon of my toasted sesame seeds. Okay, lastly, we are just gonna add in our minced garlic as well as our chili paste. Okay, so all my ingredients are in. Okay, so just give it a good mix. Okay, and this is how it will look like. Okay, if you want, you can actually add an additional dash of pepper, black pepper if you want. Otherwise, it's alright without it as well. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. Okay, just a little dash of my black pepper. Okay, so now I have my base. Okay, which is the seasoning itself. Okay, just let me bring it up to show you how it looks like. Okay, so this is how your end product looks like. Okay, as you can see, this is the base of our kimchi jar noodles. Okay, so talking about kimchi jar noodles, of course, we require a jar like that. Okay, so at home, you can either use a mason jar, okay, or a glass jar, okay, with a lid. Make sure that you are able to cap it up, okay, so that is what you can use. Okay, so basically, it's very simple. What I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna layer it, okay, by layers. So first, I'm just gonna put my seasonings. Then I'm gonna put my kimchi, my noodles, and followed by my other ingredients. Okay, so just let me put in my seasonings first. Okay, so just right at the bottom. Okay, the thing about seasoning, okay, if you don't want to do this particular Korean version of these noodles, okay, you can actually use any other seasonings or you can change the ingredients up to your own preference. Okay, but when you're making a jar noodles like that, okay, what works as a base for your soup, it's really something that it's moist. Okay, so we don't recommend you to use like powdered seasoning, okay, because powdered seasoning would pretty much be quite similar, okay, to your regular cup noodles. So what you want to use would actually be a moist base. So you can either use a recipe like that. You can add in even tom yum paste if you want to have a tom yum jar noodles. You can add in like miso paste if you want to have a more Japanese feel, okay, for your cup noodles. It's totally up to your preference. Okay, but the key thing here is that we recommend moist, okay, saucy base rather than our powdered form. Okay, so I've actually added my sauce right at the bottom. Okay, so next what I'll add now would actually be my kimchi. Okay, the thing about kimchi, okay, as you already know, kimchi is actually made from fermented cabbage. Okay, do you know what are some of the nutrients that you can find in your kimchi? Since so many of you here are Korean food lovers, okay, do you know what are the nutrients that you can find in your kimchi? Anyone? Can leave your comments down below. Okay, so I'm just gonna add in my kimchi at the second layer. Okay, anyone, what are some of the benefits or some of the nutrients that you can find in your kimchi? Okay, so I've added in my kimchi on the second layer. Okay, so for kimchi, okay, it's actually a good way to load up on vegetables. Okay, like I've mentioned earlier many times, you know, cup noodles, they are really lacking in vegetables. The only vegetables you get maybe would be some dried form or spring onions, okay, which are not enough to fulfill your vegetable intake for a day. Okay, so our kimchi like that is a good source of fiber. Okay, and of course, it's also a good source of probiotics. Okay, very good. So Lily and Jolene is right, and probiotics help with digestion, and Bridget is right as well. Okay, so basically, okay, your kimchi, because they're fermented, okay, so it starts to produce this good gut bacteria, okay, that is needed to keep your digestive health healthy. Okay, it also helps, okay, to boost your immunity. Okay, but do you also know that when you have a healthy gut, you also have a healthier mental health? Okay, so that is for your kimchi. But just to take note for kimchi, because they're fermented, so usually the process of, you know, making kimchi is that there's a lot of seasoning that goes along with it, like, you know, salt, like fish sauce, you know, and things like that can prolong the shelf life of your kimchi. So salt content is a concern. So make sure you just don't go overboard with your kimchi intake. Okay, just a quarter cup like that is about 350 milligrams of sodium. Okay, so we've added in just a bit of kimchi. Okay, next, okay, we're gonna add in our whole grain non-fried instant noodles. Okay, for the noodles, again, I've already blanched them beforehand. Okay, so on your own at home, if you don't want to use instant noodles, you want to use something else, you can. So for example, you can even use things like, you know, brown rice vermicelli. Okay, so the same thing applies as long as you blanch them beforehand. Let it cool, it can actually go into your jar as well. Okay, so today I'm just choosing to use the whole grain non-fried instant noodles. Okay, so whole grain non-fried instant noodles generally has lower amount of fat. Okay, it's quite negligible in terms of the amount of fat because they are usually baked. Okay, and of course, in terms of their salt content, they're also slightly lower because you're not using their regular seasoning. Okay, so now I've got my kimchi and my noodles. Okay, next, I'm just going to add in my shredded carrots. Okay, carrots without, you know, having to say that. Okay, you already know that they are good for your eyes because they have a lot of vitamin A. Okay, so just add my carrots in. Okay, then I'm going to add in my shiitake mushrooms. Okay, and last but not least, okay, my shrimps. So for the vegetables, generally, I would prefer to use non-leafy vegetables because they can be kept for a longer period of time. So what would be good would be things like carrots. You can use things like frozen corn, peas, mushrooms. Okay, all these are good suggestions. Even like broccoli. Okay, those non-leafy ones usually tend to have a longer shelf life because if you're going to use the leafy ones, they might wilt. Okay, and in the jar itself. Okay, so next we're gonna use some protein. Okay, so we have some prawns, so just layer it right on top. So we're using about 5 shrimps. Okay, so for the shrimps, it's actually our source of protein. So as you can see, it's very nicely layered up like that. Okay, if you don't want to use shrimps, you want to modify your recipe, feel free to do so. Again, recommendation here is that try to use fully cooked meat. So it's either you can use, you know, your cooked prawns. Okay, you can even use things like cooked meatballs. You can use things like shredded grilled chicken. You can feel free to add them inside here. Okay, the rule of thumb is that whatever that goes into your jar must be must be able to be eaten raw, okay, or they must be fully cooked in order to enhance the shelf life of these jar noodles. Okay, so I have some questions here. Hold on, let me just go through your questions. Okay, how long can kimchi be kept in the fridge? Actually, kimchi can be kept in the fridge for very long on its own. Okay, just make sure that storage condition is proper. So meaning to say that you should always put the ones open, okay, because depending on the packaging of your kimchi, not all of them are kept in a container. So if they are actually exposed already, just make sure that you cling wrap it, okay, put them in a ziplock bag, and then it can actually be kept in the fridge for quite a long time. Reason being that they are fermented with a lot of salt sauces. So these salt sauces are actually their preservatives. Okay. So I have another question for Amanda. Carrot and mushroom and shrimp need to be cooked first. Okay. So for my recipe today, I only cook my shrimp and my mushroom. I didn't cook my carrots because my carrots are actually very thinly, finely shredded. Okay, so I prefer to have that crunch, okay, for my noodles. But should you decide that you want to blanch your carrots as well, you can do so, okay, to make it slightly softer. Okay, so that's the answer to your question, Amanda. Okay, so now that all our ingredients are in like that, okay, what's next is that you can actually add in some chopped scallions. Okay, so this is supposed to mimic how, like, you know, your seasoning pack looks like in your cup noodles. Okay, so just top it with some spring onions, okay, for some extra flavor. Okay, but you only add in the spring onions when you want to consume them. Okay, so if you want to store them in the fridge, what you can do is that you can put your spring onion in a Ziploc bag like that, and then just keep it right at the top of your jar noodles like that. Okay, and only add them in just before you add your hot water. Okay, so this is how your jar noodles look like. Okay, so basically once this is done, you can cap it up. Okay, and you can store them in the fridge for up to about 3 days. Okay, so it is best consumed within 3 days. Okay, but a very simple idea like that can help you, especially if you know that, you know, your upcoming day is very busy. This is just one way, okay, to help you to save your prep time, and you can still get a pretty balanced, okay, meal in a jar like that. Okay, so imagine now this is in the fridge, okay, and you feel like eating it already. You take it out, okay, and what you can do is that you can actually add some sliced cheese right at the top. Okay, so you can add a piece of low-fat sliced cheese and just simply add hot water over it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how it looks like. Okay, so you can actually add your sliced cheese right at the top. Okay. Okay, and then next, you just get ready a cup of hot water. Okay, so in terms of the hot water, generally for my amount like that, I will add approximately about 350 ml of hot water. Not too much, because if I add too much water, the taste will be diluted, okay, and you might need to end up adding more seasoning to make it tasty. Okay, so just keep your water about 350 ml. Okay, so I'm just gonna pour it in. Okay, so it should cover your jar quite nicely. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna let the hot water, okay, soak up my noodles and my ingredients for about 3 minutes, okay, and then give it a good mix, and then it's ready to be consumed. Okay, so it's really very simple. Okay, a simple recipe like that, okay, is one way that can actually get your quick meal fixed, okay, without compromising on the nutrients. Okay, so it's a very balanced meal in here. Okay, so that is how you prepare a very simple kimchi jar noodles. Okay, of course, feel free to let your creative juices flow. You want to use tom yum vermicelli with prawns, you can. You want to use things like, you know, Japanese miso, and you want to add in like tauco, you can as well, as long as you blanch your tauco beforehand. Okay, and that is how you can actually prepare a simple, okay, quick meal fix like that. Okay, so with that, okay, we have actually come to the end of today's session. Okay, I'm just gonna let it, you know, sit for a bit longer while I share with you what's gonna happen tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we won't be having live on Facebook. Okay, instead Jolene will be appearing, okay, on a live interview with Yahoo TV at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, so she's gonna share with you how to eat healthily and what are some healthy eating tips during this CB period, especially when you're at home. Okay, so tomorrow make sure you catch her 1 p.m. on Yahoo TV for a live interview with Amanda T. Okay, and that's how you can actually learn a little bit more tips as to how you can actually eat healthy during this CB period. Okay, so make sure that you go to Yahoo TV tomorrow at 1 p.m., not 12:30, not Facebook Live, but Yahoo TV. Okay, and if you haven't already, sign up to our Telegram channel. Make sure you do. Okay, that's where all our updates are. Okay, and make sure you also actively send in your photos and videos for the Active CB Challenge. Okay, so I'm just going to mix it up a little. Okay, because my water have cooked slightly. Okay, but make sure that you're adding in boiling hot water. Okay, and your ingredients should, your water should be hot enough to warm up all your ingredients in there. Okay, so this is how your noodles would look like at the end of the day. Okay, so it's very simple. Okay, a very simple idea like that. So just let me have a taste. Okay, so I'm just gonna eat the mushrooms first. Okay, the mushrooms. It's still tasty. Okay, and the carrot and a bit of the noodles. Okay, still very crunchy. Okay, so this is how you can prepare a simple jar noodles like that. Okay, I have some questions. Last question from Cindy. Okay, sounds like a good meal prep to prepare in advance. Yes, it is. It's very time saving. Okay, any suggestions for the sauce apart from miso or non-spicy version? Okay, for the sauce, basically what you can do, you can actually create your own sauce. Okay, so basically your own sauce is very simple. It's really up to your own taste preference. If you want something more Asian, you can always use things like you know, a little bit of bean sauce, a little bit of garlic, ginger, okay, spring onions. Okay, these will actually make up your very own simple Asian sauce already. Okay, so it's really up to your own preference. Just imagine how you want to marinate your dishes. The same kind of marinade can actually be used in a jar noodles like that. As long as they're moist based and as long as there's some sort of sodium, because sodium will help to enhance the shelf life of your jar noodles. Okay, so that's very simple, up to your own creativity. If you manage to find other ingredients that you can use as a substitution, you can try it and you can tag us on Instagram or Facebook. And that is also for us to learn new ways to make these jar noodles more creative. All right, so thank you for joining us today and hope you've enjoyed today's session. And I'll see you again on Thursday. Okay, I'll be making a carrot cake. Okay, so till then, stay safe and I'll see you again. Bye.
It's my holiday.